I'm Stefan.
I'm Denning.
And we're the creators of Sherlock the Musical.
We are sitting at 221B Baker Street, and in a moment you'll be able to watch our entire show, Sherlock the Musical, for free.
In exchange, we just ask that if you like the movie, you share it with your family and friends.
So, sit back and enjoy, and the game is on.
Time of death, Watson?
I'd say 8, maybe 9 hours.
But he's been lying here for longer. Look at the floor. Drugged, then brought here. Whoever did it didn't expect him to wake up. He's moved 4, maybe 5 paces in considerable pain. No bruises, no cuts, no blood. Poison. Nothing seems to have been taken. Pocket watch, wallet. Joseph Stangerson. This could be useful. What would you say, about 5 feet? And here, another 4. Poor visibility, too. Not much light coming through the window. Lestrade, have your men search everything within a 4-mile radius. Our murderer came here in a carriage. Interestingly, he and the victim came here together. Someone's been back and couldn't have gotten far. Florid face, middle-aged man, tall, long fingernails on his right hand, smokes cigars, and is uniquely small-footed. He can't be far, Lestrade.
Gregson! Farley! Get over here.
Sherlock, something here.
R-A-C-H-E.
Rachel?
No, it's German. Revenge. How come they never learn the lesson, never learn we're gonna beat them? It's like they're trying to reinvent a new way to cause crime, but there's hundreds and I've seen them. And they always think that they'll to get away from Mother Fate, but Mother Fate doesn't deal them. Not when you're messing with Sherlock and John, you just lose your freedom.
I've seen so many cases, it amazes me. I write them and they read them. And the newspapers printing all his fame, people singing blown away by his reason. And right by his side is my spot, and I'm just fine writing lines of what he did. If Sherlock's on the case, no one can match his pace, this doctor guarantees it.
And so it's gone on and on every time.
In this city it's gritty, but we like it just fine.
Streets of London hide nothing from Sherlock's eyes. This darkening plot is not what you thought, so are you watching close enough? Think you'll miss this mystery unwind. He won't be outdone. Sherlock Holmes always one step ahead of them. There's only one you can't outrun in London.
This Baker Street detective, he's setting records. He's so effective putting criminals behind bars. It's his perspective, the sleuth perfected his method.
I'm still a skeptic.
You just say that cause the job's ours.
Sherlock couldn't even connect with those who are closest, just saying.
Okay, but admit, picture this.
Where would we be without him?
Every clue is a move playing this game.
They think they're players, well, what a mistake to make, cause
Streets of London high, nothing from Sherlock's eyes. This darkening plot is not what you thought, so are you watching close enough? Think you'll miss this mystery unwind. He won't be outdone. Sherlock Holmes always one step ahead of them. There's only one you can't outrun in London.
Mr. Holmes, man, you've done it again. Another case to your name? Wow, where to begin? Your science of deduction needs no introduction.
Let me tell you
The
something.
blind could see those clues.
He doesn't have any friends.
All I do is look at the facts, and that's enough to form a conclusion. Add to it the genius.
I'm the meanness.
Humility is meaningless.
you've got to see this.
Streets of London high, nothing from Sherlock's eyes. This darkening plot is not what you thought, so are you watching close enough? Blink, you'll miss this mystery unwind. You won't be outdone. Sherlock Holmes always one step ahead of them. There's only one you can't outrun in the streets of London. Are you watching close enough?
Another case. Brilliantly deducted by you, my dear Holmes.
Humbly retold by you.
Oh, why, thank you. And every piece fitted perfectly, woven into a veritable tapestry of riveting crime journalism, ready to be shipped to the masses.
The masses. Frivolous, your readers.
They're not frivolous, they're fundamental. Or have you forgotten the popularity that my column fills in your pipe?
My work provides for itself.
Ah, cheer up, Sherlock. Our readership has made you England famous.
That's just it, Watson. What good is being England famous? I should be world famous. Why aren't my stories being syndicated throughout the rest of Europe?
I suppose you're about to tell me it's because of the quality of my writing.
No, though that was my first conclusion.
Quite reassuring.
I believe the problem is our cases. They're too homegrown, not enough international appeal.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
We're not beggars anymore, John, and that's not true anyway. All my beggar friends are quite particular. We need bigger cases. Bigger cases, better writing, broader fame.
And bigger stomachs. So, until then, let's take what we can. I mean, we can't expect crimes to waltz their way into our apartment with every tick of the clock.
Sherlock! There's a gentleman to see you.
Excellent. Please let him in.
Thank you, madam.
Yes.
Mr. Holmes, what an honor. Mr. Holmes, you would never believe. Found a coat just lying in the gutter with a blue diamond sewn up under the sleeve. You can't imagine my amazement. What lucky me. Till I found Henry Baker, written all clear and neat. Could be 1 million in London if someone can find him, it's you. Yeah.
Too simple.
What? Holmes?
Watson, please observe. This is elementary. Check out the fray on the collar. Check out the fade underneath. Here's a man who doesn't have $1, let alone something to sew in the sleeve.
He stole it.
Put an ad in the paper. He'll want his coat back, I wager. And if he stole it, he'll check it. And then you'll know if he's your culprit. Yeah?
That's it.
Simple, but it works.
You really think he stole it?
Watson! Are we replacing missing items? Whatever happened to our dignity? Whatever happened to the common criminal? What's so uncommon? What's so wrong with the capacity to think outside the box? Outside the letter? We need a new case, but just better.
Sherlock! There's... Oh!
Mr. Holmes!
Please.
See, we've been living in the country, but Stanley...
A helper, we think!
He's up to something. There's really no way we can prove...
But the family heirloom!
We had been looted!
Oh, and Martha, that package she sent her...
Stanley's profession?
Oh, it's the butler!
I told you!
I knew it!
I knew it! There. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this man in my life. He's sweet, really, and I would be his wife if he asked me, but honestly, he lacks in commitment. I know it's not a sin, but I wish I could win his affection enough. He's perfection, it's tough. And I've also been offered this governess spot, and I think it could be beneficial. Do I sound superficial? And children, that's another thing, they're so special. But I really would marry him if he asked me. Do you think he loves me?
I'm sure he does.
Oh, I knew it!
We really shouldn't be so particular with our cases.
Watson!
Excuse me. Sirs, my husband is missing. Disappeared over 2 weeks ago. And normally he's gone on business, but this is different. He made no mention of his intentions, that's not like him. He always let me know, I just don't know where he would go.
How to say this? Madam, many husbands go missing, only to be found in someone else's home.
He wouldn't.
They never do, until they do, and then it's you who's left alone.
Sherlock!
I'm sorry we can't help you. We hope you can find a good place.
Keep your chin up, you know. To save face.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
What did you say?
Auf Wiedersehen? Goodbye.
We'll take the case.
What?
You will?
Sherlock?
Watson, can't you see this woman's in distress? Lost her husband, so she came to us. Now, what kind of people would we be if we were to turn around?
I suppose.
Now, your husband's been missing for 2 weeks?
Yes.
Excellent! We'll find him.
You really will?
We will. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Of course.
Not to worry, madam. Sherlock Holmes and John Watson are on the case.
Tea!
Not that I mind being left in the dark, Sherlock, but why are we here?
To seek illumination.
Excellent. How?
This train offers more than initially meets the eye, Watson.
Certainly more than meets the bottom. Where are we going then?
Bristol.
Bristol! Good. Why?
Ha. Take a look here. These vents, their purpose?
Circulating air throughout the cabin.
Not today, Watson. Today they'll be the key to solving the puzzle of our disappeared ambassador.
Ambassador?
Precisely. As the woman exited, did you catch her last phrase?
Auf Wiedersehen.
But did you catch how she said it? Auf Wiedersehen. No one pronounces it Auf Wiedersehen. No in English, anyhow.
I see.
A mysterious woman has lived in London for quite some time, but wasn't born here. She's German, and by the subtle pronunciation, I'd say west. Could be Dusseldorf, but most likely Frankfurt.
Excellent. But how?
An ambassador?
Yes.
Do you not read the paper? Honestly, John, for a man pursuing journalism, you must really keep up to date. Tuesday, 2 weeks back, 14th page, 3rd column.
Embassy welcomes Friedrich Berg, ambassador from Germany.
Ha! An important meeting, only it never happened. Postponed without explanation. Sunday's paper. Also 3rd column. Big welcome, cancelled meeting, missing husband, the pieces fit. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Brilliant. An international case then.
Quite so.
But why Bristol?
Because the passenger in the compartment next to us is Frederick Berg's personal secretary, and most likely knows more than we do. I need a boost.
Well, I have a bum leg.
And a strong back.
Come on. You wouldn't believe the current state of the embassy these days. They're working round the clock to clean up this mess. I mean, people don't simply disappear.
And yet, sir, he did.
You mean to tell me you believe those rumors?
Oh, please, Watson, I'm trying to listen.
I don't believe it. I saw it.
Ooh, go on then.
Well, it started off a day like any other. Not rainy, but misty. We had just finished our morning meeting, just the ambassador, 2 officials, and myself. When it came time to leave, we boarded a carriage.
Ambassador boarded a carriage?
Only then the ambassador said he'd forgotten something inside, so he ran back in, promising to follow in the next carriage.
Oh, boarded a different carriage.
And that was odd.
No. But this is where it becomes peculiar.
Conductor!
A good day to you, man.
And that's where the police found the severed head.
Oh, certainly is difficult to find a good nanny these days.
And when I arrived, I waited for him on the steps of City Hall. But when his carriage pulled up and I opened the door, it was empty.
Empty?
Empty?
Where's Mr. Berg? I told the cabbie. There's no one here. What do you mean? He says. I mean what I said. There's no one here. So he marches to the back and looks inside. I don't get it. I saw him get in. Oh, really? And he just upped and vanished into thin air? Look, Ma'am, I saw him climb inside and I followed him straight here. I drove him.
What happened next?
Well, we searched everywhere, of course. And I returned straight away to the embassy and informed them that he was missing. It's been 2 weeks now and no one's heard
Ambassador disappeared.
Yes. Only the cabbie knows now, and he's gone missing as well.
Astonishing!
Cabbie's gone missing as well.
Vanished?
People don't just disappear.
Well, unless they're dead.
Or
unless they're not dead.
They've just been taken.
In which case,
Scotland Yard!
Very good, Sherlock.
Up here, it doesn't get better. On top of the whole wide world, right here with you, flying high, light as a feather. Like a ship with the sails unfurled. I'm thinking you, me, definitively the dream team. Some say audacious, but really it's basic. It's elementary, without a doubt. We're the greatest duo around. Elementary, the higher we go, the further they fall down. We're just like gravity. How do we do the things we do? It's a natural phenomenon that the best things come into. It's elementary. Elementary. How does it feel to be surrounded by greatness? You tell me. Feels good to be second to none. Second to one? What's it like to have a friend so famous? And your name is? Have you heard of the word outdone? That's fun. I'm thinking you see, they chalk it up to a grand scheme. Say it's complicated, but really it's basic. It's elementary, without a doubt. We're the greatest duo around. Elementary, the higher we go, the further they fall down. We're just like gravity. How do we do the things we do? It's a natural phenomenon that the best things come into. It's elementary. Elementary. Behind every legend stand dynamic friends. We're like unto Caesar and Brutus. What? No. Elementary, without a doubt. We're the greatest duo around. Elementary, the higher we go, the further they fall down. We're just like gravity. How do we do the things we do? It's a natural phenomenon that the best things in life are elementary. Without a doubt, we're the greatest duo around. Elementary, the higher we go, the further they fall down. We're just like gravity. Just like gravity. How do we do the things we do? It's a natural phenomenon that the best things come into.
My, it's raining cats and dogs.
Oh, dear goodness.
Hello, Edith.
Alice.
Yes, Alice. I'm here to see a friend.
You don't have any friends. You have readers.
Look, I need to speak to the cabbie you have in custody.
That's a real shame, Sherlock. See, we don't need you to speak to a man we have in custody.
Alice.
Lovely weather we've been having lately.
It is.
Edith.
Alice.
Yes, Alice. If there's something I've done to offend you...
Well, let's see. Last time we let you meddle, you lit the place on fire.
That was one time.
And the time you used a lavatory to flood the interrogation room.
I had to know he was telling the truth.
Well, you're not getting in. See, this is a government-level case. Top secret.
It can't be that secret. I'm here.
We're using every security precaution, which includes not letting you in. So, off you go.
Sherlock, what are you doing here?
Threatening security. I need to speak to your man in there.
We've got this under control. Our best men are on it.
What, Toby? You can't be serious.
We're fine. What do you know?
For one thing, I can already tell you more about that man in there than Edith can.
Alice!
And I haven't even been in the room yet.
Prove it.
It's raining. No one would leave the house on a day like today without something to protect against the weather. Yet the only coats and umbrellas hanging near the entrance belong to the five of us. Toby's the only guard on duty, and if Toby's the only guard on duty, then the cabbie certainly isn't a security threat. Especially since the keys are missing from Toby's belt, which he most likely left in the keyhole on the opposite side of the door. And being that he isn't a security threat, contrary to popular opinion, I would venture to say that he's rather feeble, likely old, certainly lonely. After all, no one has come to see him, which makes sense. A grumpy old man without any money? I wouldn't visit him either.
Wait, who said he's grumpy and doesn't have any money?
Well, he's a cabbie, so he's poor. And he's poor, so he's grumpy. So we have a grumpy old feeble man with no loved ones or money who's found himself locked up in Scotland Yard. And on top of all that, it's been 2 weeks and you have not released him, but you haven't announced him as the criminal either. Because you have no way to prove it. But I can.
I still don't understand how that's possible.
Also, his name is Peter. It's just deduction, Lestrade.
You can't deduce someone's name.
Oh, that was from the manila envelope sitting on the desk.
All right, just this once.
Just this once.
Hey, sir.
Well, he's not old.
But he's feeble.
Fair.
Oh, great. Another good cop, bad cop. Hey, here's an idea. He's your bad guy. Maybe I'm not. I'm an innocent man, just caught in the wrong spot.
Huh. Look, you seem like an honest gent.
But perhaps not.
Here we go again.
You pick him up and you don't stop.
That's what I said.
Ever slowed enough for a safe jump?
If you risked your head.
Any chance you might have got lost?
No.
Probably driven it 100 times.
So I'd guess not. Look, I took the same route that I always take.
Westminster.
To York, that road was closed that day.
Oh, everybody's got a different story.
Everybody claims that they've got different facts.
The fact is facts, they tell a different story.
And when the truth condemns, it's hard to argue that.
Whoa! That's a bold accusation to make.
Well, not if it's true.
And let's hope not for your sake.
I don't know his name, nothing about where he came from. All I know is what I told.
And the wrong street that you took him down.
Well, that still doesn't prove nothing.
How do you figure that?
Maybe you should go ahead and check your
Let's see,
facts.
we've done
The fact is that I never done nothing.
to Mr. Berg.
Wait, who told you his name was that?
Oh, everybody's got a different story. Everybody claims that they've got different facts. The fact is facts, they tell a different story. And when the truth condemns, it's hard to argue that.
Come on now, tell us the truth. Go on and tell it to him. Come on now, tell us the truth. Go on and tell it to him. Come on now, tell us the truth. Go on and tell it to him. Come on now, tell us the truth.
I told you everything I know.
Come on now, tell us the truth. Go on and tell it to him. Come on now, tell us the truth. Go on and tell it to him. Come on now, tell us the truth. Go on and tell it to him. Come on now, tell us the truth. Every time you tell a different story. Every time you claim that you've got different facts. The fact is facts, they tell a different story. And when the truth condemns, it's hard to argue that. Oh, everybody's got a different. Everybody claims that they've got different facts. The fact is facts, they tell a different story. And when the truth condemns, it's hard to.
When the truth condemns, we're saying.
When the truth condemns, it's hard to argue that. Yeah.
Who are you?
The Christmas goose.
Okay, I didn't lay a finger on him, I swear. I didn't want to do it. Me family's doing really poor.
You don't have any family.
Fine, I'm doing really poor. I mean, times are tough. A man approached me one day and offered me the job, said all I had to do was pick up Mr. Berg and drop him off in an adjacent street, and that's all I did.
Criminally, man, and your conscience never pricked, huh?
Mr. Berg wasn't bothered by it. No, he wasn't kidnapped. He went out of his own accord.
How do you know this?
It's because I saw him. He switched cabs without anyone forcing him. Hooked in right as rain. I mean, he didn't seem to mind. I got paid. Who's the wiser?
Sherlock is.
Wait. You're Sherlock Holmes.
Perhaps.
He mentioned you.
The man who hired you?
Aye, the man who hired me. I was on my way out, but I heard it. Sherlock Holmes mustn't interfere. That you had already proven to be a great nuisance, and that he was indeed your arch nemesis.
Ha! For the love, man! We've been wasting time here! Arch nemesis indeed! That imbecile! It's Mycroft. Lestrade, you can release us, man. He's no trouble.
No trouble?
Watson, let's pay him a visit.
Who?
My brother.
So you have a brother?
Unfortunately, yes.
How was I unaware of this?
You seem to be unaware of a lot of things, Watson.
Well, at least he's tidy, which is more than you can say.
He's also incredibly annoying.
Forgive me, Oh, it's you. I should have known.
I see the feelings are mutual.
I had a sneaking suspicion that Charles Dickens and his lackey were not sitting in my office.
His lackey?
I presume that you know why we're here.
No, Sherlock, I'm far too busy to concern myself with your doings. And who are you?
Oh, I'm John Watson.
Ah, yes, the writer. So you're the one Sherlock's been dragging about London then, hmm?
Yes. Well, no, he doesn't drag me. He couldn't if he tried.
Recording his heroics and adventures for the paper. I wouldn't follow Sherlock to the kitchen. Simply dismal.
See what I mean?
I'm beginning to.
Wonderful! Now that you two are friends, Mycroft, would you mind telling us about the missing ambassador?
I'm afraid I know nothing about the situation.
Huh, I find that strange. Your job is to ensure the security of government officials, and yet you are unaware of the one missing?
Correct.
So this comes as news then?
It does.
Huh, and I assume you're intrigued to hear more.
If you must.
An ambassador boarded a carriage that arrived empty, and he hasn't been seen since. This happened over 2 weeks ago.
Very strange. How can you be so sure that no one knows where he is?
I can't. Oh, but then again, there's the cabbie. At first he said he knew nothing of what happened to the ambassador. But as we spoke with him, he divulged that he was paid off.
Paid off? By whom?
You.
By me? Why would I pay a cabbie to kidnap the German ambassador?
Why don't you tell us?
Because I can't. It's a preposterous accusation, Sherlock.
You're lying, Mycroft.
Wouldn't be the first time you falsely accused me.
It wouldn't be the first time I justly accused you either. You see, at no point in this conversation did I mention that the ambassador was a he. But you did.
It's true. How can you be so sure no one knows where he is? You said it, I wrote it down.
Are not most ambassadors men? Come now.
But not all ambassadors are German.
What do you mean?
Only you mentioned that he was a German ambassador, not me.
Not all crimes in the city require your attention, Sherlock.
Only the good ones.
Well, he isn't missing, and he certainly wasn't kidnapped.
Then what? Who knows where he is?
I do. And only I do. Which apparently was a wise choice on my part, since some people can't seem to keep their mouths quiet.
You can't blame the cabbie. You can blame me for being too good at my job.
Why are you keeping the ambassador hidden?
It's quite simple, isn't it? He's in danger. Mycroft, the head of intelligence, purchases a carriage for a poor old chap who needs some money. The old man is instructed to pick up the ambassador, who has been briefed to ride in solitude, and thus forget something inside, allowing his colleagues to ride off without him. And so he boards a carriage bereft of witnesses. Midway, through the men's journey, the cabbie pulls over. The ambassador jumps out, climbs into a second carriage, likely driven by my brother, who takes him to a remote location. Now, why go through all that hassle if not fearing for the ambassador's life? Isn't that right, Mycroft?
Well, why wouldn't Mycroft simply pick up the ambassador in the first place?
Because the carriage needed to arrive empty in order to throw the police off the trail. The real question is, who is trying to kill the German ambassador?
I really hate saying these words to you, but I don't know.
Well, what do you know?
I'll share this. While sitting to a glass of brandy at the Twin Lions, I received an anonymous tip encouraging me to go to the south corner of Hyde Park. I waited there for upwards of a half an hour. My curiosity piqued when suddenly, out of the shadows, a man appeared. He told me that Ambassador Berg were to be killed on the 22nd of May. Suddenly, a shriek rang out across the park. The scream gave me such a start that when I looked back, he was gone. Vanished.
Whoever was he?
Again, I don't know. He was clearly disguised. I could hear that he attempted to conceal his voice, but he was gone. And unfortunately, Mr. Berg's day of reckoning has passed, and I am forced to release him.
You cannot be certain of the ambassador's security merely because the date has passed.
Of course not. But strange disguised men in parks don't hold much weight with internal affairs. I have no choice.
You needed to remove an unknown threat in order to secure the life of a government official, and you didn't bother to ask me? Shame on you, big brother.
I didn't ask you then, nor will I ask you now. There's more going on here than you realize, Sherlock.
I should certainly hope so. Godspeed, Mycroft.
Godspeed.
In hiding. Well, Sherlock, this is a case now, isn't it? Must have done something to rile up the wrong crowd. Now, who would that be? Another official? Now that would be news, wouldn't it? Maybe a secret government agency. Perhaps some league of assassins? Or maybe an ancient Chinese order of monks.
Tea. Tea always helps me puzzle out my problems. Sherlock. More for me then.
Oh, tea's great. Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
I'll leave you two alone then.
Those violin lessons are paying off.
It doesn't make sense. Why would you parade the ambassador just days after putting him in hiding? You might as well invite the assassin to tea.
It is Mycroft. He certainly will provide competent protection.
If the assassin times his strike well, not even Mycroft will be able to stop that.
When is the ideal time to attack an ambassador?
When they're vulnerable. Maybe it's not a question of when, Watson, but how.
How does one attack ambassadors?
Precisely. What we're dealing with is an assassin, not a murderer. Someone who has style, John. They specialize and develop their trade. Were it a silent assassin, I would venture to say that our dear ambassador would be dead by now. Poison is a quick and quiet method, very effective. But he hasn't done that. Something's not right, John. This case is beginning to resemble the sinister nature of another I worked years ago. One where I encountered the greatest, most evil mind I ever witnessed.
Besides your own, of course.
No, John, no. No, cyanide can be bought in any medical establishment. That type of assassin isn't expected until after the job is already done.
An act of violence, then?
I'm afraid so. Not a gun, either. It's...
Crumpets always help me.
It's so boring, plain, predictable.
Well, I never...
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. This is more than enough.
More than enough? This is barely anything to go off.
I would like to see the two of you bake.
Bake? Oh, thank you, Mrs. Hudson. That'll be all.
Oh, no. But you see...
No. That's quite enough.
There was an idea.
Thank you.
Sherlock!
I'm afraid Mrs. Hudson doesn't exactly understand the gravity of the situation.
I'm afraid Mrs. Hudson doesn't understand gravity.
So, if not a gun, then what, Sherlock? Sherlock?
If he wanted it to seem like an accident, he doesn't anymore. Any accident now would immediately be assumed a murder, so he doesn't care if it's obvious. And what kind of assassin gets found out?
Or perhaps one who got a little too tipsy one night.
Not if he's any good. And Mycroft's involved, so he's good.
So someone else leaked it? She had more information than he intended?
No, assassins work alone. Until they don't. If his plans require collaborating, like to acquire materials, then perhaps the weapon is something he couldn't get alone. That's not enough. There has to be something else. Oh, that's it. His wife didn't know. John, the ambassador, his wife didn't know. What kind of a husband disappears for weeks without even attempting to fabricate a story? His life is at stake, and yet he mentions nothing to his beloved spouse.
Perhaps he wasn't allowed to.
Not that he wasn't allowed to, but that he didn't have time to. Every remaining moment he spent in public was a risk, not just to himself, but to those around him too. Oh, a public act of violence! What better way than to use a weapon that could threaten tens, even hundreds? Something bold, something that could cause mass panic. It's
a bomb.
Exactly.
John, he's gonna use a bomb, just as fast as a bullet, but the message is stronger. He'll disappear gone if we wait any longer. The only way he doesn't get away is if we
stop him, and there lies our problem. Sherlock, we don't know anything about him. He could be anyone, anywhere in London.
We have an advantage.
What's that?
He doesn't know we're coming.
God help him.
See, now that's just how we get him. Give him security. He'll think he's free. His target's been released. There's nothing standing in his way
except you and me.
And when he plants his bomb,
it won't be the first move he made wrong.
Time was his first mistake. The move he made should have never let us catch on. One move is all it takes.
But I guess that he didn't know that.
Mine, the first rule of the game. He thinks he's safe, but the truth couldn't be more wrong.
When he built his bomb,
I guess that he didn't know that the game was on.
A bomb. That's something serious. I hope we're not getting caught up getting delirious. We need to beat him at his own game. Figure out when and where it's gonna take place.
Exactly. But where?
What kind of man are we dealing with here?
I don't know. Where?
Oh my, look at you two keeping busy, solving crimes willy-nilly. Good Lord, what's wrong with this city?
Mrs. Hudson.
Sherlock, you wouldn't believe in the paper.
Let me guess, you found more words there, John. There has to be somewhere that he could...
There's a woman with 22 children.
Where characteristics was mentioned.
Some people just want attention.
Attention. Some people just want attention. Mrs. Hudson, you did it! An artist needs an audience.
John, he's gonna use a bomb just as fast as a bullet, but the message is stronger. That's a second mistake, something he just gave away. Not the time or who, but that it's gonna take place in public. I know how to find him. My eyes and ears are surrounding London. Pride was his first mistake. The move he made should have never let us catch on. One move is all it takes, but I guess that he didn't know that. Mind's the first rule of the game. He thinks he's safe, but the truth couldn't be more wrong. When he built his bomb, I guess that he didn't know that.
The game is on. We're going to the underground. Do you have any valuables with you, Watson?
Just my wallet.
Excellent. Give it to me.
What exactly are we doing here, Holmes?
Watch your pockets, Watson. Even though there's nothing inside them, they can still manage to steal something.
They?
Your most holy, gracious, and perpetually perfect Highness.
Love what you've done with the place, Tom.
Ladies and gentlemen, look alive. We've got a celebrity in our midst. Who's your friend?
John Watson.
Just playing, we know who you are.
You do?
Just because we live down here doesn't mean we don't know how to read your pieces, Mr. Watson.
Thomas Xavier Popplewell, Tricklebank, at your service.
Very impressive.
Just playing, Doctor. It's only Tom. No one down here could afford 4 names. Oh, go on, Jane. Be a good host. Take Mr. Watson's jacket.
No, please don't. Actually, it's not necessary. No. Sherlock, that was my favourite coat.
Don't worry, Watson. You'll get it back. They're not actually thieves.
Really? Not much without it.
Well, then, Mr. Holmes, I imagine you didn't come down here just for a social visit.
No, I didn't.
Oh, a gift. How thoughtful. My. Planning on removing 221's walls and ceiling.
It's for a friend. No one in the market for these materials.
I didn't know you had any friends. See, it's just so hard to recall these things.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Turns out I don't know. But these two might. Jane, Greta.
Oh my, that would make a big explosion.
Indeed it would. Would either of you two know who bought these items?
I would know, but... But no one has. Materials of that magnitude wouldn't pass under my nose undetected.
Well, he has to use something. If not these items, then what?
Well, building a bomb without using all that would take a bloody good chemist. Fortunately, we've got one. Greta, how long would it take you to make a new recipe?
It's hard to say. I don't know. A few months, maybe.
Or a few days, maybe. A few seconds.
Hold it! How do you know about all this? I'm a doctor, and I hardly know this amount of chemistry.
You don't know much about us, do you?
I just met you.
Come, Doctor, can't you deduce anything? You've seen Mr. Holmes in action.
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact, more than most. I've seen him mark a man's vacation just by the mud on his boots.
Rather simple, actually.
Well, Doctor?
Nothing.
Take Jane. She may not look like much,
Hey!
but she was quite the architect once upon a time.
No, bravo.
And of course, we have Greta, our resident chemist.
Very good. And you?
Me. As a child, I begged for food and received a book. After that, I read everything I could ever find. Always dreamed of attending university. Wondered what it might be like to walk up the steps as part of it. You see, Doctor, people up there take one look at us down here and immediately think they know everything that's worth knowing about us. But they don't know.
Doctor, look around you. Most people don't come down to. They stay up there and it's a shame. See, we walk underneath them, but so far from beneath them, the value doesn't match the face. No.
On the surface, people pass right by like they're alone. Don't they care to see what's in my heart? Walking fast like they've got somewhere better they could go, missing out on everything we are. But we've got dreams and they're gonna find us underground in our soul, that's what defines us. You could discover a world hiding underneath, but they only see what's on the surface. You do when look they make their own truth, but they don't even know my name. I don't care to.
I've read 1,000 books but never got a second look that told me that I deserve a place. What would you do?
On the surface there's value in another.
How come we're still judging books by their covers?
If this is harmony, then what are we supposed to do? Yeah. But we've got dreams and they're gonna find us underground in our soul, that's what defines us. You could discover a world hiding underneath, but they only see what's on the surface. Na 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 na. I grew up in Park Lane, I never had a home. On the surface I feel see-through like I'm a ghost.
Don't know how, but somehow we all end up down here. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got dreams. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. But we've got dreams and they're gonna find us underground in our soul, that's what defines us. You could discover a world hiding underneath, but they only see what's on the surface. Only see what's on the surface.
Well, Greta, have you figured it out yet?
I'll do it the second he asked.
Sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and
Nitroglycerin.
glycerol. Now, if your friend knew how to nitrate the glycerol...
He could build a bomb powerful enough to destroy the whole embassy.
Both experimental and volatile. It's going to take a very steady hand.
The watchmaker.
Who's the watchmaker?
An assassin with style. Swiss. Designed his own bombs.
And you know this character, how?
Never met him, only heard of him while on a case in Paris. A gentleman got shot in the middle of the crowd, but no one could tell where the shot came from. Smokeless powder, John, made with nitroglycerin.
Perhaps he learned of it there and added it to his repertoire.
Not a moment to lose. You've been most helpful.
Good luck, Sherlock.
Ah.
Got Godspeed, Mr. Watson.
Tom, I owe you one. Watson?
Many more. We've got dreams. Look alive!
Any sign of him?
No sign of anything with this fog.
You're certain this is the place?
It has to be. The ambassador is inside that building, while the embassy where he resides is that way. He'll cross the square.
The negotiation treaty was in the newspaper. Our assassin will know of it.
But more than anything, if I was to put on a show, this is where I'll do it.
Oh, great show this. No audience.
Count to 5, Lestrade.
1. Oh, no.
Precisely.
The night market.
The ambassador will be out soon, Sherlock.
Then the watchmaker has already arrived. Stay out of sight.
Which one is he?
Watson, let's give you a boost. Lestrade. Watson, what do you see? Who looks out of place? Who looks nervous?
It's just street vendors.
Look at them closely.
There. The lady with a large bag. She looks nervous.
No, it's most likely a man. Medium build, light hair, glasses, either wearing them or in his pocket.
Well, how do you know he didn't come and plant the bomb earlier?
There's nowhere to hide it.
The ambassador will be coming out any minute now, Sherlock.
We're running out of time.
Who's checking their pocket watch?
We have to clear these streets. We need to alert the public.
If we clear the streets now, then he'll get away. Watson, come on.
I can't tell. We're too far away.
People are going to die if we don't clear them.
Oh, the ambassador dies if we do. If we alert the people, then the watchmaker will disappear, and all we have given him is a future opportunity, one we will not be able to predict.
And then we go in.
Yes. Concealing faces. Stay out of sight. Look for anything that might give him away. Anything big enough to hold a bomb in. As soon as we find him, then we clear the streets.
Yes.
Let's go. A man. Medium build. Swiss. Light hair. Glasses.
Sherlock.
Either wearing them. Not now, Watson.
Sherlock.
Quiet, Watson.
Listen to me.
No!
It's her.
You! Stop! Everyone get down!
John! No! John, are you all right? If you've just given me...
Caught her! She was definitely a woman, although she kicks like a man. Anyway, she's locked up in the carriage. Oh, what are you lot doing here?
Just admiring your courage from afar.
Oh, is that the bomb?
No.
What is this? It's a letter.
Attached to the bomb?
What does it say?
Well, I think you should read it.
Why?
Because it's addressed to you.
Have you read the news? I was there.
Something is coming!
Sherlock stopped the bomb!
But in the end, if it happened once, could it happen again?
Fear on the streets.
What if it was you? Listen, what if it was me?
Read it in the paper!
if war is growing close?
Can you even trust your neighbor?
That Holmes he knows, trust me, he'll show do it alone there when we need him. Holmes saves hundreds, threats among us, nothing hides from. Watch how terror is growing closer. It isn't safe, sir. It happens right here. Read all about it, it's close. So watch your shadow. Step from the window. Fear those you don't know. Read all about it.
What's happening here? Look at the people, the mistrust, the fear, the blind hate, the way that it tears. I thought we brought peace, but it just disappeared.
The types demand the attitude. I've seen 100 crimes all the same.
This time it's something new, at each other's throats because they read it in the paper.
Wait, aren't you the one who put it there?
This aftershock, where does it stop?
Get Sherlock!
Where would we be without him? We know he'll stop this bomb, this clock. But if not, tick-tock, tick-tock. Terror is growing closer. It isn't safe, sir. It happens right here. Read all about it, it's close. So watch your shadow. Step from the window. Fear those you don't know. Read all about it.
What was my mistake? Miss Clue set up, been outplayed? Right now the city is in dismay. Just one move in this case, and I'm afraid that something that's so clever's got me on a tether with just a letter. Look, I'm better, so why can't I figure out where this is headed? People search for me, that I will succeed. I can still bleed, they cannot see. Something is one step ahead of me.
Terror is growing closer. It isn't safe, sir. It happens right here. Read all about it, it's close. So watch your shadow. Step from the window. Fear those you don't know. Read all about how terror is growing closer. It isn't safe, sir. It happens right here. Read all about it, it's close. So watch your shadow. Step from the window. Fear those you don't know. Read all about it. Read all about it. Read all about it. Read all about
it. Terror in London. Nowhere to hide. Fear in the streets. People are running. Running to me. How could I not see it coming? How do I not know what's coming?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's true. That's where Lestrade found the letter.
Explain to me. What's the use in placing a letter next to a bomb just moments away from detonating?
There is no use. Unless the bomb was never meant to go off.
Because it was meant to be delivered. And my brother, the intended recipient. It's him, isn't it?
Who is it? Tell me.
It's as I feared.
What is? Who is it?
Why didn't you tell him?
Please, tell me what you know. We've been through everything.
I'm afraid you haven't, John. Has Sherlock ever told you about a Professor James Moriarty?
No.
I trusted as much. People tend to avoid discussing their failures, especially when there's only one such blemish.
How do you mean?
Professor Moriarty, the author of that letter, is the only one who has ever outsmarted him.
One failure is small when considering all his success.
People died, John. Quite a few.
Who is he?
He's a spider. His web extending across the city, perhaps the world. His evil knows no bounds, his cunning no equal. And as I think of him now, I'm not entirely certain he isn't the devil himself.
And you never bothered to mention him? Not to me? Not to your best friend?
I don't have any friends.
Why will you never trust me? Now you wait a minute! You know what, Sherlock? Sometimes you are absolutely intolerable. I've gone to the ends of the world for you. I've written story after story for you. Your face on every newspaper. Your name being lauded by the whole city for stopping that bomb. But it's not fair. And so, you're on your own now. And I wish I could say I was sorry, but I'm not.
Where are you going, brother?
I have an appointment.
You must know he's excluding you to protect you.
I don't want to be protected! I want to help.
If it truly is Professor Moriarty, you'll need to. You're the only difference between this case and the last. What do I do? In all honesty, John, I don't know. It really was a great article, though. I wish it were enough.
Sherlock, how I've waited for this.
Professor Moriarty. You sound like one of my adoring fans.
Well, that's because I am. A genius is only deemed such through comparison, Sherlock. In order for my brilliance to be recognized, I'm going to need you to perform your part.
If I failed you before, I assure you this time I will not.
Tell me, how are John, Mrs. Hudson?
Why is it that you care?
Well, because I'm conducting a sort of experiment. Not one that takes place in a lab, but rather in the heart.
I was unaware that you had one, Professor.
Well, that's just it. I've always been more interested in logic than love, but I'm of the opinion that I'm no longer alone in this. Now, you of all people should know that something has gone terribly, terribly wrong in our nation.
How's that?
Well, imagine, for a moment, Sherlock, a serum. Now, if ingested, this serum could cause even the most rational of humans to have an unquenchable bloodlust. Now imagine that I've just caused the entirety of our nation to take a sip. Now, you know what happens next. You've seen mankind's evil nature firsthand, seen it corrode in hundreds of cases.
Thousands. Plus one more when I'm through with you.
Listen to me carefully now, Sherlock. We're not that different, you and I. We only yield different weapons to achieve the same purpose. Do you know what that is?
Enlighten me.
Restitutio pacis.
A restitution of peace?
Indeed. Now, you do this by running around with your friend, solving crimes and writing about it in the newspaper till the next murder's been committed, and on for eternity. My method is going to be far more universal, far more permanent.
And far more bloody, I expect. If it's truly peace that you seek, leave that task to me.
No. No, this is one wrong you cannot right, dear friend. The only solution to this problem is a fresh start, and I will give it to the people.
Not as long as there's breath in my body.
That is precisely correct.
You underestimate me, Moriarty. While you stood in front of the mirror, convincing yourself of your own righteousness, I have bested all the nation's masterminds. You will join their ranks.
Just as you cannot kill darkness, or the creature lurking beneath your bed, you cannot kill me. You might prescribe hope, but that's only treating symptoms. I am incurable, lying quietly, waiting to destroy you.
And I fear no monsters.
Oh, you don't need to fear me. It's what's to come that should terrify you.
Do not doubt me! I stopped you! I stopped the bomb!
I am the bomb! You still believe you still can't see that you don't have a choice. Blinded by your pride, but deep inside afraid. I hear it in your voice.
Now you lead, but in the end I'll be
destroyed. Sherlock Holmes, the mind of London, always mocking. God, look at him now. Pathetic.
Wait and see this mind of London stop at nothing just to bring you down.
Your time is over.
I am the greatest mind in London. I am not stopping till I bring you down. And time is on my side, but I can't let him win this prize. And so the greatest mind falls. I am. Underestimate, that's a move I can make. Missing clues is not to be more. What am I missing?
You're running out of time.
One step ahead of me, just like symmetry. You make a move, then I move. What is it for?
Carefully think it over.
I am the greatest mind in London. I am not stopping till I bring you down. And time is on my side, but I can't let him win this prize. And so the greatest mind falls.
Beware out there, Sherlock, the night is coming. You should have run when you had the chance, when you found my letter. You should have known that I was better. Pride goeth before destruction, Sherlock.
Pride has finally found me left alone. A silent conversation with my soul. When you're one step ahead of them, all they get to know is your shadow. Guess I'm reaping what I've sown. No one knows the greatest mind in London is standing here praying someone would find him. I am struggling to find who I am. I am the answer that I don't know. And time is on his side, but I can't justify my pride. And so the greatest mind falls.
my name, called into the foreground. Step to the side, they say. Please make some room. But they're not making it for you. What is the right way? Choose to forgive again when it takes everything. And what if I still lose? What if it's the right thing to do? Do I step back into the shadow? Do I never stand in the light? I know that it would be worth it. I'm not running from your side. I'm just falling behind. If it saves a life, stepping back into the shadow. So scared of disappearing. Will I give until I'm gone? What if it's when you're fading? You see the whole view. Even if no one remembers you, do I step back into the shadow? Do I never stand in the light? I know that it would be worth it. I'm not running from your side. I'm just falling behind. If it saves a life, then I don't mind stepping back into the shadow. No one's too far to be forgiven. Redemption is a friend of time. A life finds worth when it's given. That's a life worth living. That's a life worth giving. I'd give it all, I'm willing to fall behind. I'll step back into the shadow. Some don't need to stand in the light. I know that you're worth it. I'm not running from your side. I'm just falling behind. If it saves a life, then I don't mind. If it saves your life and they forget mine, I don't mind stepping back into the shadow.
John! Mrs. Hudson! Is anyone here?
Sherlock? Oh, it's you!
Mrs. Hudson, what happened? Tell me everything.
They burst through the door. I was so afraid. I hid. They tore apart my living room.
Mrs. Hudson, where is John?
They took him. They must have. Oh, they were shouting a commotion. I didn't dare come out.
Mrs. Hudson, tell me everything you heard. Leave out no detail. No.
I don't.
Professor James Moriarty, your greatest fan. Mrs. Hudson, I need to think now. Where do you have him? What is your plan? To capture my attention, I first needed an invitation, one that could not be refused, thus the letter attached to the bomb. But it didn't begin here. This was the strike of the match. You engaged a high-power official, my brother, Mycroft, and wove him into your web. And he warns the German ambassador of the plot against his life. And the newspapers warn the people. And if it's written in the paper, then the people will believe it and follow those beliefs to the bitter end. The widespread news of an attack against Germany on British soil could bring our relationship to a boiling point. You could start a war. But it doesn't make sense. Why do I matter in Moriarty's plan? Unless I don't. Mrs. Hudson! Do you know this? Pride goeth before destruction.
And a haughty spirit before the fall. It's a proverb.
I know where he has John. Give this note to Lestrade.
Yes.
Have him come immediately with whomever he can. Send for him right away.
Yes.
Oh, please, God, keep them safe.
Oh, no. John, no!
Mrs. Hudson.
He left.
Who? Sherlock?
Yes, to
Where?
find you.
Mrs. Hudson, did he say where he went?
Yes.
Send for Lestrade. I'm going after him. Quickly, Mrs. Hudson, there isn't a moment to lose.
Good evening, Sherlock.
Pride goeth before destruction.
And a haughty spirit before a fall.
You always had a penchant for the theatrical.
I thought you might like it. It's a beautiful scene at your farewell.
And I suppose you expect me to trip and fall?
No. I expect you to jump. This is it. Up until now, you've been clawing to keep up. Well, tonight, I'm going to allow you to stand on equal ground with me. We've arrived at our grand finale. The final problem.
Your great war.
Our great war. Can't you sense it at all? Listen now, quietly. Can you hear it? Cain is in the field killing Abel. And after the blood from the war has seeped into the earth, do you know what will be left?
Enlighten me.
Dignity. After every great war comes peace and unity, and with this war, I will return that to the world.
A hefty price for such a purchase.
A hefty price. All it took was paper and ink, and England was molded into a mob. Hate is much more palatable when justified in print. And that is the serum that you supplied for me. Well, you and John Watson.
Where is he?
Oh, I don't have him. Yet another folly, huh? I knew when you discovered my visit to Baker Street you would come running. But Watson, well, he's been having a much greater role for far longer than tonight. Have you figured it out yet?
John's writing.
Watson's writing. Yeah. Watson created a pedestal from paragraphs, elevating you to London's god, the sole protector against the terror that infests its streets, a savior. Huh? And what happens when we take that savior away?
You solved your final problem.
Hope. The final obstacle preventing our nation from crumbling into a war. For years, I languished as hope held London together. Well, now The hope of the people has been placed into the most fragile of things. A man. You, Holmes, are the hope Watson created, and the hope I can destroy.
By compelling me to jump.
And so dies London's saviour.
You're wrong. I am not London's saviour. John Watson.
Oh, Watson.
Loyalty, kindness, compassion. It'll be John's goodness and the goodness of all those like him that will save us, given time.
There is no time! What do you expect? A great repentance? A grand awakening? Humanity is not sleeping. It's dead.
As long as we have breath, there's time to change.
Then let's end this, shall we?
Goodness. That is what will stop your war.
Oh, it's touching, but it's too late. It's already here. The rock is hoisted above our head. All it takes now is gravity. Not even John Watson can stop it. Speak of the devil, and he doth appear.
Sorry, Sherlock. Thought I could sneak up on you.
It's you or him. Choose, Holmes. So glad you could join us, John. I'm so glad that you're with us. An audience for two artists, and I need you as a witness. Sherlock Holmes, the great detective, greatest mind in London. There won't be much left to find when I'm done with him.
John! No closer! Don't come closer! He's mad! He's insane! Don't get in his path!
There's got to be a way around this.
Tonight, one of us will fall.
And I'm fine with that.
Sherlock Holmes,
the great detective.
Greatest mind in London. I wonder what goes through that mind when it's falling.
Blood is on my hands, a war. How could I never see the clues that he laid? Too late.
Some blind will never see.
Have I finally lost the game? Pride was my mistake. My life he wants to take. Too late. He's always one step ahead of me.
Streets of London hide nothing from shadows you can't outrun. It's on and on in this dark game. One move is all it takes.
To lose what you thought closest takes place in but a moment.
You reach, but you can't hold it.
It's gone.
Your move, opponent.
Down, nobody knows where it goes.
If not, your friend will die.
It threatens everything I hold close.
You're begging for your life.
What goes through a mind when it's falling?
You're running out of time.
He's always one step ahead of me.
Sherlock, your lesson
with
no.
War, so few are left alive.
With each breath, your death it draws close.
Sorrows you can't describe. Faces that are kind of falling.
Afraid of what you'll find.
He's always one step ahead of me.
I'm no closer, can't get closer. He's mad, he is insane. What move is left in this dark game? Think John, his life's at stake. What would Sherlock have chosen? He'd act now in this moment. It wouldn't take long.
I have to save John. This is where it ends. Not enough time. Maybe death will be a friend.
You don't have any friends.
This time I'm one step ahead of you!
No! No! John!
Sherlock, please come with me. It'll do you good. You were his best friend. Don't rob yourself of the chance to say goodbye.
And what if I don't want to say goodbye?
What about your speech? People want to hear from you. He would have wanted you to give it. As you want, dear.
There has been lots of speculation regarding the death of Dr. John Watson. Having spoken with Mr. Holmes, it should be known that Watson gave his life for the city and his friend. I believe Mr. Holmes has prepared some words. Mr. Holmes? Sherlock.
Things have changed now. This isn't how it was meant to be. Carry on, how lost, like a wave without a sea. It was a light that kept darkness at bay. If that light could be here just one more day, what would he say? Love someone. Love will hold a heart until healing comes. The greatest conclusion yet, when all is said and done. Love someone. Love is stronger. Give us mountains and it will climb. Love is constant. It ascends when doubt confines. It was love that took all my fear away. If that love could be here and here to stay, how would things change? Love someone. Love can hold the world until healing comes. The greatest conclusion yet, when all is said and done. Love someone. Till the light comes, love someone. Till the night is gone, love someone. If you felt alone, love someone. Left far from home, love someone. Broken on the road, love someone. If you prayed for a moment, planned to take the place, and yet how quiet
Oh, Sherlock.
In many ways, I envied John. I never had what you two did. A shadow of missed opportunities. In my experience, missed things often have a way of turning up again.
But not this time.
Perhaps not. Goodbye, Sherlock. You really meant the world to him, you know.
You shouldn't be gone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I wonder if they'll ever truly understand. You saved me. As only a brother would. Goodbye, John. Goodbye, my brother.
And you thought you were never any good with speeches. You didn't think I'd really leave you. Well, I take it back. You really aren't that great with speeches after all.
You know I don't believe in ghosts, John. So if this is your way of returning...
I've never seen a ghost depicted with a cane. It's me, Sherlock.
But how?
Elementary, really. I knew that for his war to end, Moriarty had to die, and more importantly, you had to live. And so during my ascent up the falls, I observed the smallest of ledges. So I leapt and prayed.
But why didn't you tell me?
As far-reaching as my writings may be, they needed you to show them the way forward. They needed their hero to show them that goodness can still win out. A hero who just so happens to be my best friend.
Do you suppose it will be enough?
Well, that's up to them.
Mr. Holmes, Mrs. Hudson said I could find you. You're John Watson.
Yes, ma'am, he is. What can we do for you?
Well, isn't it obvious, Holmes? Modest clothes, one handbag, tattered shawl. Each item of clothing was for wear except...
her shoes. She's a typist. The blue smudge on her left hand. Recently to be engaged, but something went amiss.
She didn't call it off. She's still wearing the ring. Cold feet?
Oh, not likely. She's nervous, determined not to be found out.
She's here contrary to familiar advice.
Her stepfather. Recently engaged typist.
Troubled family.
And a mysteriously banished fiancé. We'll take the case.
Streets of London, high. Holmes always one step ahead again. There's only one you can't outrun in the streets of London. Are you watching closely now?
Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching Sherlock the Musical. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed putting it together. If you enjoyed it, please share it. Get onto social media and share away, and please like it, and we'll hope to be able to get this out to as many people as we possibly can. Thank you so much for your support.